Right, good afternoon everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're all doing well wherever you happen to be in the world right now. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, dropping a like on the video to get me out to a wider audience, and any comments or questions that you may have, please feel free to leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I know I've got a bunch of comments to go through, but as I mentioned in my previous video, my son's been unwell, so I've not really been making videos, but thankfully he's much better now and he's back at school. So I've just got back from the gym, I'm back into my normal routine. And to the people that wished my son well in my previous video, that means a lot. Thank you very much for that. I do genuinely appreciate it. So first thing I'm going to do is compound my drip, just so you can see that I am actively playing the game, using the app as it's supposed to be used. So I'm not withdrawing anything from it at the moment. People say, why do you continue to compound if you don't believe in the protocol? I do believe in the protocol, but I just think it's severely flawed. The development team, supposed development team, aren't really doing as much as they should be to increase the price, or prevent the price depreciation rather. So currently I'm on 6,287 drip, which is worth about just $2,200. Nothing much, but it's, like I said, it's a small amount of money, so I'm prepared to lose it on the off chance that the developer does manage to turn this project around. So let's have a little look at the cryptocurrency market as a whole before we look at the drip chart. So we've got a global market cap of $1.2 trillion, which is fairly healthy. We're down 1.02% today over the last 24 hours. So there's been a slight pullback. We've got a large 24-hour trading volume of $67 billion. Bitcoin dominance is as high as I can remember it being. It's at 46.9%. Currently trading just shy of $29,000. Ethereum has dropped below 2K, so it could be a decent time to be accumulating that. XRP's dropped below 50 cents, another opportunity to buy, and along with Cardano being below 50, that's none of this is financial advice. These are just projects I'm invested in. Solana is something I'm quite heavily invested in, primarily, which would be strange coming from me because the majority of people believe that this is going to fail, and I'm going against the crowd here and hoping, well, taking a calculated gamble that everyone's wrong and that Solana will actually correct all its issues and will potentially reach all-time highs again. Maybe not, who knows, but it's something I'm invested in, not financial advice of course, just something that I believe in. As for the biggest rises of the last 24 hours, I've not looked at CoinMarketCap for ages. Something called Multiverse X that I'm not oh no, I do know what it is. That's up 8.74%. But there's not really many big movers. This Osmos at 3.67% is the next biggest riser. So let's move on to the drip network, because there's a few things I wanted to talk about on here. The price is down 0.94% against the US dollar, currently trading at 33 cents against the US dollar. Sorry, and we're up 2.52% against Bitcoin, so it is outperforming Bitcoin today. Market cap, diluted market cap, volume, and circulating supply. None of that's confirmed, so I can't even really comment on that. It's on 25,000 watch lists, so there is a fairly solid community behind it. On the daily, you can see it's just been another day of selling off. We'll go to the weekly, more of the same. Let's look at the monthly, exactly the same thing. Just got a sea of red really. 3 months, there's been a couple of pumps and that, but if you just go like year to date, it's not really a very pretty chart, is it? And if you go to the all-time chart, obviously you had the glory days back then when people were really making some serious bank. But can we get back there again? Remains to be seen. I'd highly doubt us. I'd really be, you know, if we were to get back up to there, then there's going to be a lot of millionaires made all of a sudden, isn't there? So I wanted to go through a few of the comments on here and see what people were saying. So let's just go through the first 3 or 4 comments just to get a feel for the what's the word I'm looking for when my head's gone, sentiment within the drip ecosystem. So this person, busy girl, drip, keep getting accumulation, keep building, it's important you don't lose the faith. That's fair enough if that's what you believe in. It's entirely up to you. I'm not here to tell anyone what to do. I'm just here sharing my opinions on things. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that username, but drip down the drain. Drip is promising much, but nothing to, I think it means come, no June, no March, no June, never. See, that's where I'm not saying that this is never going to happen. these Fiat on and off ramp. Like, we've seen the new UI, but I believe once he revealed the new UI, the developer, then perhaps he should have said, I'm going to launch it on a specific date, because what he has a history of doing is promising the earth and then not delivering. With regards to, I've covered this before, he mentioned that this year, Revolutionary Scratches game was ready. That was over a year ago. It was ready to go, like just finishing touches, and it'll be released, but nothing has happened. We're a year on, and it's not really spoken about much anymore. It's like they seem to be focusing on this new drip, drop, draw thing, which has been covered and mentioned for over a month now. They're just doing the finishing touches. There's a few things that need to be done with the team, a few more meetings and whatnot, but still, and that's what I believe loses trust amongst community members, if you want to call them that. There are some good people out there within the community. I've mentioned the people I respect, like LD. He's got to be the most positive person I've ever encountered in my life, and he is actually doing some work to try and drive the price of drip up. It's like some community-based initiatives, which I'm all for. I support things like that. Same with that guy Driptopian, he's doing the same. I'm sure there's other people that I've not mentioned. But then you have people like Crypto Kings, who's just completely unrealistic in like his projections and whatnot. The other day, I couldn't believe it. He said that he thought that drip was going to go up in price because there was a slight differential between the price on the native DEX and on the Pancake Swap DEX, and it went up like 0.5%, and he said that's why they call me the king of predictions. Now, I'm not entirely sure if you're being sarcastic, but this is a man that was telling us we wouldn't see drip below $10, below $50, and you never see a sub-dollar drip. You'd never see pigs below $100. You'd never see pigs below $50. I've never known anyone to be so wrong in my entire life. I mean, I've got nothing against the bloke, but how he can come on screen with a straight face and spout the bollocks he does is beyond me. I'm not trying to be unkind, I'm trying to be a better man when it comes to that, but I watch his videos more for comedy value. I wonder what he's going to say. Like, it's staggering. He's got quite a large audience as well, but horses for courses. Who am I to judge anyone? We're all just humans making our own way in this world, aren't we? So anyway, let's move along. This guy was his name, Mort. Pigs and dogs sitting at new all-time lows and drip just barely behind them. That's where you get when you have Forex saying the same load of garbage and lies week after week with endless "it will be ready next week" or month bullshit. You're seeing an almost complete loss of faith, except for the Broke Moon boys. They still think they're going to get rich off this scam. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied there. I sort of agree with what he's saying. Well, he spoke facts, like pigs and dogs are at all-time lows, and you've got people saying that you've got to buy them now. I mean, any sort of seasoned investor would say, look, never catch a falling knife. Wait for it to find a bottom first, like put in a reversal bar, so you know that things are turning around. Look for some divergence. Look for some sort of solid news. Like if you believe in fundamentals or technicals, then look for something that's going to convince you to buy, and don't just say it's down at this low price and it can't go any lower, because that's how you lose money. Excuse me, I need some water. Like I said, I'm just back from the gym. I absolutely destroyed myself today, but I quite like that. Yeah, like I said, like don't just buy something because it's cheap. Just because it's cheap, it doesn't mean it's going to go lower. We looked the other day and we can see that the price of all these assets is continuing to go downhill. Drip, you can call me an arsehole, that's fine, but look in the mirror, you're the one breaking off at fudders, even if they don't insult you first. You think I'm here to promote other projects when I rarely mention any of them. I asked for screenshots to compare the two UIs, not to promote a different project. You judgmental idiot. I think this is an argument between two people. I'm going to stay out of that one. Drip, congrats on last year. I know you had your birthday. I'm a little late. Keep being the king of shitcoins. It's just getting a bit negative, so there's no point. Drip, it might just be a fudders. It might just be a fudders are idiots. Pump, but we will see. I'm not really sure what he means there, but you can see the sentiment isn't exactly brilliant, and I believe that's down to the conduct of the developer. When I say conduct, I'm not talking about how he's behaving. I'm talking about his all the talk and like no action. So people, he's promising that this is going to happen. I'm not really articulate myself very well today, but it is what it is. Like I said, he's promising this is going to happen, but he doesn't release any solid dates. So what, in my opinion, he's sprinkling these breadcrumbs so people start lapping it up and that. And he has got a lot of people that blindly follow him because of what's happened in the past. And there are people that did get very rich off this project, and there's still a few people clinging on to the forlorn hope that it might reach some sort of like $5-10 level. Maybe I'm in that category, I don't know, because I am compounding. I'm not claiming anything. I don't need the money. I'm just going to compound till I've got a maxed out wallet. I'm not going to add anything else into it because that would be foolish of me, in my opinion. I'm not going to DCA into something that's just continually going down. That's not dollar cost averaging. That's just throwing good money after bad. We'll wait till the new UI comes out and see what happens there. But yeah, so sentiment isn't bad because of not broken promises, but because of the lack of action upon said promises. Now, I was looking at this earlier, just as I got back, and I was eating my lunch, and I thought I'd check how much DRIP had fallen in the last month. Excuse me. And I measured it, and on the 27th, where you can see we're up here at 50 cents, and now today we are currently down 33% in a month. So we're in a pretty bad downward trajectory, and that is when you still got all this supposed utility coming through. So I'm just from an outsider looking in, if you're involved in a project and there's supposedly all these great things, revolutionary things on the horizon, not just for DRIP but for the supposed greatest DeFi farm in the world, the Animal Farm, yet it's not being delivered, it does reflect in the charts. People aren't believing it anymore. They're starting to lose faith. You can see there was a pump back. Sorry, let me get rid of that. There was a pump back here. That was, speculation pump. I believe some of this was community-based initiatives, and then there was the talk of drip, drop, draw, like, oh, it's coming, and then like, oh god, it's almost like, say a woman's promising you a bit of action or something, and you get all excited, and then she's like, actually, I'm not really that interested. And like, oh god, yeah, you've lost your boner. And then like she teases you again, and it's like, and then again you go all floppy again. I mean, that's a terrible analogy, but you get what I'm saying. It's like you've been promised something, and then it's not happening, so you don't really know where you stand, and the whole project, people are just losing faith in it. And yeah, what more can I say? That's just the way I say it. I know I'm waffling on a bit, but yeah, and I find this Crypto Kings guy incredibly irresponsible with some of the things he says. I'd imagine he's got a very young audience, and if they're believing what he's saying, this self-proclaimed Crypto King, then I really hope they're not, investing money in the way he's suggesting to do so. He said that diversification is a con, and it's the worst strategy in investing, when anyone with half a brain knows that diversification is key. Like in my crypto portfolio, I think I've got 7 major holdings. So say 4 of them were to go up parabolically, I'll be doing incredibly well. I've got a 6-figure portfolio, and I'm happy for some of them to not do well and some of them to do well. Diversification is key. So actually, I really need to stop going on about this Kenneth, because it sounds like I'm picking him while I'm not. I just find him frustrating that he can come on camera and be so, positive and give out such bad advice. It just staggers me. I don't think I'm going to mention him anymore, because as I said before, it's not my business. But I like to say what I see, and I just find it very frustrating the way he conducts himself. It's like, it's just not for me. Perhaps I'll just stop watching him. But anyway, yeah, so in conclusion, we're down 33% with no sign of the new UI, a new utility being launched within the next week or month. People are clinging on to the hope that it's coming soon, but it's not reflecting in the price, is it? People are clearly selling. People aren't buying in. So what will happen remains to be seen. If it continues on this trajectory, I see us being at 26%, which is the all-time low, and I'll put that as critical support. If it doesn't react to that level, then where's it going to go? Christ only knows. I really don't know. Is there any divergences across these lows? There is a slight divergence between this low and this low. Nothing major. You can see we've got a slightly higher signal line and MACD line, but I wouldn't really read too much into it when you've got an asset in free fall. So sorry for going on. thanks for watching. I wish you all a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Be careful with all your financial investments. Keep an open mind. Always try to think critically, and try to look at both sides of the story, because me saying this doesn't make me a bad person or a fudder. It just makes me a realist. I'm also someone that does want the project to succeed as an investor, but at the moment I've got some reservations. So I'll leave it for there. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Wish you well. Bye for now.